Hello everyone and welcome back to Lovella's Coloring. So this video is the continuation of the skin tone series I started a few months ago. It is where I share how I color using alcohol markers and colored pencils to color on top. I did do 4 videos already, which I have on a playlist, and if you want to check it out, I will also leave a link down below in the video description so it's easier for you to find. So we are now in part 5. So these are the 4 skin tones I've already done. We will be working with the color 107 sand, and then using Polychromos, that is Faber Castell Polychromos, on top to color it in. I did, end up taking a few months from continuing the series because of some unforeseen situations, but I am also glad that I took a little time off from doing it so that I can do some colorings using the markers that I will share with you guys for this series. I didn't use the marker colors like sand or terracotta that much, and I really want to continue the way I did my previous videos where I share examples of the colors from other pencil sets that I have used to color in skin tones. I know, these videos were requested, so I want to thank you guys so much for your patience. I know I've drawn out this series for several months, but hopefully I'll be done by next month. I'm planning to do 2 skin tones this month and then the last one for next month. I do hope that these videos are helpful in some ways and that you can take something from it to add to your colorings. So we'll go ahead and get started. The base color of alcohol marker that I'll be using again in this video is number 107 sand, and I will be using it from the Lemouchet set. This is my original Lemouchet set. So in my previous videos I have been using the Touch New marker from the skin tone set, because they both brands basically have the same coloring and especially the same number names for their markers. But I do have to stress swatching your markers because, even though they have the same name and number, the color of the ink can differ. And it doesn't matter if you have the same brand either, because sometimes it's slightly different, but it can also be drastically different. So let me show you an example. And this is from the sand. So I've been noticing that my Touch New marker was slowly running out, so it was leaving like little streaks, and so I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and use my Lemouchet marker of the 107 sand, and this is the color that came out. So you can really see the difference between them. So when I took out my old Lemouchet, I mean, it's a little bit streaky, but a lot better than this. So it's a lot closer in color. But like I said, always swatch your markers just because they have the same name. I think for any sets that you have, don't assume that it's going to be the same color just because it has the same name and number. So yeah, this is like a lesson learned, but thank goodness it wasn't on, this is a copy, and I wasn't really planning on coloring in this illustration. So like I said earlier, along with the marker, the pencils that I will be using for the speed coloring to color in the skin are the Faber Castell Polychromos. But first I'm going to bring out 2 colorings I did using the sand color as a base, and I will share with you which pencil set plus the colors used in each so that you can get an idea of what it looks like. Okay, so the first coloring will be from this one, World of Princesses Special, and this is issue number 52, and it's by Fabiana Traer. So the coloring I did in this was actually this, oops, illustration right here. You may have seen it in my previous finished colorings, but with this illustration I used sand as a base, and then in the other book, actually it's just the first page right here, so on this page I also use sand as a base. So the difference is that on this illustration I use Crayola colored pencils to shade it in, and then on this illustration I used Sargent Art Supreme colored pencils. So they're kind of the same, so you can get, you know, like results that are similar, but you, by the pencils that you use, you can make the skin as light or as dark as you want it. So up on the screen on the left hand side, I'll put up all the colors that I used to color in Fabiana Trier's illustration for the skin. So as I said before, I based her skin with 107 sand, and for my sets I used the Lemouchet, and then for the Crayola colored pencils I have the 120 set. So the colors I used on there is almond, burnt sienna, cocoa, dark chocolate, maroon for the blush, and then plum for the shadow. Now on Molly Harrison's illustration, I'll have the list pop up on the right side. I used 107 sand, also the Lemouchet set, as a base for the skin, and then using the Sargent Art Supreme colored pencils, the color I used from that set is light brown, brown, dark brown, and then mahogany as the blush on her cheek. Okay, so the colors that I plan to use in this illustration using the 107 sand, the colors from the Faber Castell Polychromos, I'll go ahead and have it pop up here on the left hand side. So from the Polychromos, I'm using the colors Bistre 179, Burnt Sienna 283, Burnt Umber 280, Dark Sepia 175, and then Dark Red 225 for the blush, and Ivory to just color over the whole face. So before I start the speed coloring, I want to thank you all for watching. I do hope this video is helpful. You know, you don't have to use the exact colors I use. You can choose your own depending on what you feel or what you see. For me, I just always change it up each time I color a skin tone, trying not to make each of my colorings or portrait colorings the same skin tone. Also experimenting to see, you know, each to see what I can leave out or to see what colors I can add. And most of all, I hope you guys have fun and don't stress so much about it, because I know I did, and I had to learn how to just let it go and just have fun and experiment and just see what your results are going to be. So yeah, so again, I thank you all. Please take care, keep safe and healthy, and I'll see you all at my next video. Happy colorings, everyone. Bye-bye.